exposed you to a different fan base.
Right.
What was it like for you to go outside of Houston and actually interact with some of the artists that you may have looked up to, or on a higher national scale, and just to really see how the industry is? So, like, did it turn you off from the industry, some of the things you went through?
Oh, nah, two rounds was cool. It really opened me up to the business side of things. Like, a lot of labels flew me out. I was about to sign to Atlantic Records, but they was trying to put me with CTE, you know what I'm saying, with Jeezy, or either MMG, either or. And I was like, man, that sounds like a dope opportunity, but just my whole life, I always looked up to like the Master P's and the Jay-Z's and all that. So I've always wanted to do everything on my own. And I understand, like, you're going to bring way more in like that. Like, so I really built my company up on my own. And then I was just looking at it like, you know, going to be placed with a CT or a Jeezy and just being on their roster. They don't know me. They ain't here to pick me. So, you know what I'm saying? Nobody, that's just like somebody coming to be on my team that I know I'm getting a check for. Like, my homeboys ain't gonna really rock with you like that because you here because I'm getting paid for you to be here. So it's not like you handpicked me. So from the moment when they said that, I just fell back. You know what I'm saying? And I ended up going to have meetings with like Leo Cohen. I went to New York, sat on his couch. Him and Kevin Lyles, they were trying to sign me to 300. And it's just the deal didn't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these dudes don't really know the business side. And, you know, I really read up on the numbers and all that, so I knew what I wanted. And I ended up doing like a partnership with E1 for 2 rounds, and that's when it started really, really blowing up. But the numbers was right. You know what I'm saying? I understood, like, all right, you can either be famous or you can get a bag off of it, either or. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these dudes choose to be famous, you know what I'm saying? And they don't have nothing to show for it. They don't own their masters. They just, like, they'll have a hit record, and 2 years later, they're not getting paid off of it, you know what I'm saying? They don't own it, you know? So that was a situation that came about with E1, and to this day, like, I own my masters for 2 rounds, so, I mean, that was the best thing that I could have did, and it didn't lock me into nothing, because at the end of the day, I always wanted to build my own empire.
Yeah. So is that kind of like why you push the track? Where is it? You know, just kind of questioning, you know, like, why you put it out there, you know?
I mean, that's just how I was feeling, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just really just how I was just feeling, just with the game. Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, for real, man. We would have to have a whole nother show just to talk about, like, what we think stuff is and then what it really is. But, I mean, as I'm getting older and I'm opening my eyes to the world, it's not just music. That's just the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's what you think it is 9 times out of 10, it's probably not.
Now, speaking on that and the way the industry has changed, Big Bill even said that the way the industry has changed is crazy because now you'll get memed or another artist will come at you on some social media type stuff. What's your take on that? Like, a lot of artists.
What's my take on what Big Bill said?
Like, beef, like the whole situation, like the whole fake beef that's going on and the memes that artists are doing towards each other. And
I don't know, man. I mean, everybody different, you know what I'm saying? It's to look at it sometimes it'd be funny, but like that whole beef situation is just different, man. I come from Clark, like we ain't playing all that, man. You know what I'm saying? I done lost partners over that. So when we speak of beef, it ain't no joking and stuff and like that. The memes and stuff. I mean, you can't say it ain't funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, to me, it's just you get what you ask for. You know what I'm saying? I really think if the memes was directed at somebody else, I would think Meek would think it was funny and he would be laughing. So,
right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I remember at one point, Nicki Minaj was beefing with Joe Budden, and Meek Mills was like telling the what's the little clip called the Barbs?
Right.
He was like, get them, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like, that's the same thing, you know what I'm saying? It's just it just come and go, you know what I'm saying? That you really gotta have some tough skin for that, man. Cause I be looking at that stuff, man, I be like, damn, bro. Yeah. Somebody gotta go. That just be too much, man. It be too much, man. And I just hate that it ain't the music, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, the memes is cool, but what the music is, like, y'all beefing, like, what? I want to hear somebody rap. I was really disappointed at that Drake and Meek Mill beef. Like, I really thought Meek Mill was like, it was gonna be some history. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, man, he finna kill this. You know what I'm saying? Even though I love back to back and what Drake was doing, I was like, Meek gonna kill it too. This is what he do. You know what I'm saying? So it was just disappointing, man. The memes, it's cool, but I'm from the era where we want to hear you go and hit it on the balls. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. That's social media, man. I stay away from it. Man. Yeah. I use it for what it is, man, but I don't open up too much on that, man. I don't get a world that much.
Yeah. Hey, but on this project, 2 things. Second time around, like, you got Kevin Gates, you got some, and you brought the You On You back with LaToya Lucky, man. You know, what was the deal on that?
Oh man, You On You, man. I don't even want to talk about that, man. We dealing with so much stuff dealing with that song. That song was supposed to be like a huge record. Okay. And that was the reason why LaToya Lucky ended up getting on there. Because like, it was, I mean, a lot, Mariah Carey tried to buy that song from me.
Be serious, wow.
Yeah, man, it was like, that song was really supposed to be the next record right behind 2 Rounds, and then it just was. It was just a lot of stuff, and then labels tried to buy it from me. Then the label Latoya was looking with, they tried to buy it from me to give it to her, and once we didn't do it, they put a hold on everything, and I couldn't put it out for so long. It was just so, man, I almost shed a tear over this song. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you gotta lick it. Like, man, this it right here. You know what I'm saying? We recorded that song like 3 times. I flew to LA like 3 times to get in the studio with Latoya. And the crazy thing about that, like, her brother is the producer.
Just, for a lot of tracks.
I do, like 2 Rounds there. But and she from the club. And I always had a crush on her forever. I want to marry her. You know, she was always my favorite girl, Destiny's Child, everything. So it was just perfect. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, this song gonna blow. I'm gonna get Latoya lucky.
Yeah.
All this, you know what I'm saying? And it just was, I don't know, but it's still cool. She cool people, and we actually got more music. So, I mean, everything happened for a reason.
All right, what about Gates, man?
That's the homie.
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy, man. Dude just like really just hit me up and took a liking to me. And he came down here one time, and I think he already set up a meeting. And we was at Papa Do's, and you know what I'm saying? Dude was just like, man, hey, you one of the hardest rappers I ever heard in my life. Wow. And I'm thinking he just talking, and he like, nah, for real. And next thing I know, he tell me he want to get on the 2 Rounds remix, and just happened. You know what I'm saying? Then come back, the rodeo record. We was in LA, and that's what at the time Atlantic was trying to sign me. You know, we just got in the studio together. I'm just the type, man. I really don't like. I don't like deal with a lot of people only because like maybe it's a gift and a curse. I just don't really like the egos. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want no person to feel like I got my hand out. So I probably would have never said nothing to do. Just not because I don't rock with them, just because. I mean, that's how I am. You know what I'm saying? I can love your music all day, but I ain't physically like, yo, let's work with him. Right. So him taking the initiative really just, that's how everything came about. And salute to him, man. He like, that's a real one. Like, it's like I said, you got a few rappers that's just 100, and he won. You know what I'm saying? Stolito, that's another partner of mine. He won. Like, you know what I'm saying? Slim, that's one. Bun. Them dudes like genuine. You know what I'm saying?
Now you rock with a few rappers, none of them being the SauceTwinz.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about that friendship and stuff, because I know I've seen a lot of their stuff. They've been beefing with a lot of artists online, Drake, and whatnot. Like, do you ever try to like grab your friends and be like,
Walker would have been beefing with Drake if it wasn't for me. Like I used to like always tell him, don't do it, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it. And the time that he did it, I wasn't around him. You know what I'm saying? He just like, he's sporadic. But the thing about Walker, that's one of the dudes, like before anybody knew who he was, I used to have him going to shows with me and like pretty much showing him the ropes, because like when he got to hit me with all that sauce stuff and all that, it was like, what are you talking about? But at the same time, I'm like, dog, why is he still in my head and he gone? Like, and I'm like, man, that's gonna be big. You know what I'm saying? And I swear, he said in my studio, we talked for like 2 hours. And I just told him, like, man, I just want to like show you which ways to move, y'all. And he listened to a lot of stuff I said, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he a visionary too. I don't want to take nothing from him. Like, dude is special talent. Like, he kind of immature sometimes, though, you know what I'm saying? But everybody got their flaws, and I think what we think is flaws is kind of like made him the artist that he is, because, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure some people was like, Pimp C, you tripping, why you say this, yada, yada, this. But, I mean, that's what made him who he is. So, sometimes, you know, I tell Walk like, man, don't do that, or delete that, or don't say this. But at the same time, I mean, look where he at now, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I look at it like, just because my theories and your theories don't be the same, but me and him, that's a real relationship. That's really my homeboy, you know what I'm saying? I kind of talk to him probably every day. I talk to him more than Slim. Okay. And it ain't even about no rap, you know what I'm saying? It's just a homie. Yeah. So, now everything that they got going on, hey, we different. We night and day, you know what I'm saying? We Huey Newton and Martin Luther King type, you know what I'm saying? But salute to what they got going, man. Young black dudes, man, from the ghetto, trying to make some, you know what I'm saying? I think I just be telling him, like, I mean, you can still pop off and do everything you want to do, but at the same time, you know, a lot of people look up to you, so we always got to keep that in mind and try to, like, help our hood side, you know what I'm saying? Just, like, in a different light. And I don't mean by, you know, bringing the homies to the club with you or giving your homies no jury, man. Let's really try to help these kids, man, you know what I'm saying? These struggling single parents and stuff like that. That's stuff I be on, and that's stuff, I mean, eventually it's coming, you know him. He younger than me, you know what I'm saying? And then, man, y'all gotta understand how fast they blew up, you know what I'm saying? And Jimmy, you've been seeing me forever. I said the same place in 2010, you know what I'm saying? So, and just the thing, one month I'm telling him, hey man, what you got can be big, and the next he more popular than me. You know what I'm saying? Me and him going places. I'm Sauce, ooh, they screaming that. They don't even know who I am. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's crazy. Like it's just it's weird. You know what I'm saying?
Because that was gonna be one of my questions for you. Like honestly, I mean, we've been out here for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And to see you have him on a song and see a guy like Dope Man on a song with you, you know, I mean, do you feel like you like in the middle? You got your OGs, like now you got some young cats. Like, I mean, are you creeping into that young OG stage, man? You feel like
I don't know, man. And the crazy thing, like, Walk is like look at me like his big brother, and we ain't even that far from age, but we far from age in a sense, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't know, man. It's just, to be honest with you, man. I just, if I feel it, you know what I'm saying? I be feeling like just doing my part, because as a rapper, and I'm gonna tell you something. It's a million people doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's a million people doing it, and it's probably one short of a million that's gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody really trying to, like, because it's like dog eat dog. So just seeing how Slim ain't had to do what he did for me, Bun ain't had to do what he did for me, none of them had to do what they did for me. And I be feeling like, man, I love my city so much, I love my culture so much, it's beyond Propain, you know what I'm saying? This is what built me, this Houston music built me, from the Kikis to the big malls and all that. And I just feel like if I was blessed enough to even be a part of the history of it, all right, doing my part is gonna be more than just me rapping. It may be, you know what I'm saying, catapulting the next dude or whatever. Like Dope Man, that's my favorite rapper. Like, even though he young and he new and he Latino and he just dope, you know what I'm saying? He gets so slip on, it's crazy. And I know, like, him just seeing, I was kind of rocking with him first, and even rocking with the SauceTwinz is like, both of them my little bros, but where they went with it, and like, you know what I'm saying? I be having to tell him, like, look, man, like, you gotta understand, like, you just different, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's stuff don't happen the same, you know what I'm saying? But you gonna have longevity. Like, always remember that, because even like just speaking to you, like being here so long ago, man, you know how many people is not rapping no more? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know how many people just, it's like they regular Joes, like, you know what I'm saying? I see them and probably call them by their real name now, you know what I'm saying? So, man, whenever people be like, oh man, you supposed to be here, man, this is a blessing, man. I look at everything like in a positive light. Instead of half empty, it's half full. Like, I'm still here, I'm still growing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't about like if I'm at a certain level or not like that. And that's why I be trying to tell everybody else, man, just do you. Your legacy gonna be your legacy. Even you, even her, everybody, it's your legacy. Like, so ain't no point in trying to stress over where it's gonna go. You trying to write your own book. The book I already wrote. You know what I'm saying? You might as well just keep going, just keep grinding.
Yeah. Now, my last question about Against All Odds. Like, was it hard for you to get like Pimp C's voice like on your tape? And like, you know, was that like a big deal?
You mean like as far as like the higher powers or something?
I mean, in a sense, right? I mean, like for him to say, for him to push the button for you to say, "Hey, you can get the message from above." Like,
man, I ain't trying to toot my horn, man. I'm the only child in the city, man. If that's cool. Everybody rock with me, bro. Everybody got love for me. You know what I'm saying? I think just for what I do, you know, what I stand for. Like, I really stand for progression and growth, and you know what I'm saying? It was really no problem at all. Like,
because I was gonna ask you too. I mean, what you just said, progression and growth, because he spoke a lot in the sense about that unionizing, coming together.
I think people slip on that ski, man.
Right. Yeah.
I really think they did.
Yeah.
Man.
You said a lot.
For real, that was supposed to be like. When I heard it, I was like, man, this is what everybody needs to hear. Right. Like right now, you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people slip on that. Yeah. They gonna have to go back later on and be like, dang, bro.
Yeah,
like 3-4 years ahead of the game.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool though, man. Pimp C used to say some real stuff, man. But in a sense, he was just saying what I wanted to say. I just felt like he could get relayed better if they heard him saying it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's cool, man.
Now with you, you've constantly out-branded yourself. You're not the typical rapper. You're actually intellectual.
Right.
Do you think that'll play a part into your legacy, and for other young cats coming up to look at you and say, okay, yeah, Pro's got it, you know, he thinks outside the box. He's not rapping about the typical cars, clothes, females, and things of that nature.
I would hope it would, you know what I'm saying? I would hope it would, like, you know what I'm saying, help the dudes that's kind of like myself, the dudes who elect to go, like, to college, or, you know what I'm saying, just take that route. Like, even though, you know what I'm saying, like I said, I'm from the club, man, I did a whole bunch of stupid stuff growing up, but at the same time, I was never no fool, like, regardless, you know, we running for police, we doing all this stupid stuff, stealing cars, all that. But I always knew better. I always knew what I was doing wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of people just like that. You just in them situations where, and I ain't gonna even say you being fake. You just, it's your environment. If 10 dudes you hanging with is doing wild, crazy stuff, you gonna do wild, crazy stuff. But you know what I'm saying? I never had nobody to tell me like, hey, it's cool to not do that. You know what I'm saying? Until really just, I just started hooping and like really just kind of left a lot of that stuff alone. And then it, you know, once you, them sports really keep you out of a lot of trouble because, I mean, if you ain't passing, you ain't playing, you know what I'm saying? So it just was able to let me, furthermore, then go to college and just do stuff like that. And man, you gotta understand, it's a lot of people that's like that. Everybody don't want to be no gangster. Everybody don't want to be in the trap. Even though if they from there, they don't want to do that. But you know what I'm saying? Society that we in right now, it's either you in or you out. And if you ain't in sometime, or if you ain't no athlete, or you ain't no gangster, then you lame. You know what I'm saying? In a sense. So it's just like, I just be feeling like, I mean, it's kind of my duty, like, to show people, like, man, this, you could still be from that, and you ain't got to be there. You know what I'm saying? So I just think the whole intellectual thing and all that, that's just me. That's just me being who I be. And I think over time, I was able to get comfortable enough to talk to you not like a quote-unquote rapper. You know what I'm saying? Talk to you like I got some sense, and I don't got to, you know, slurring words every time or something, whatever like that. So I think it just came with time and growth. Because honestly, I did used to want to, I was real cautious of like how I was speaking stuff like that. But now I think that's one of my strengths, being able to talk to people and hold a conversation and just sound like you got some type of education about yourself or something.
Now, in your music, you don't just talk to the males, you also talk to females, because you address some of the things that we've seen or a trend for women, where you have the video vixen, or you say women get naked on the gram for 100 likes. Tell me a little bit about that and what you think, how females are carrying themselves now in the culture as it is today, especially with the Kim K's and the Amber Roses.
No, we ain't about to do that. You ain't about to turn me into no sexist.
No, we wouldn't. We definitely want to hear it. But you address young males, but you also address females.
I'm a male. I can speak on that. But First thing I say wrong about a female, they gonna hang me.
No, but you address it in your music. You talk about women getting naked on the gram for 100 likes.
Right. What you saying? So what about it?
So what does that mean?
That's just me personally. Like, I don't want to sit here and be like, you know, if that's what you do, you know? I'm double tapping sometimes, maybe not, you know? But I'm just me personally.
So
I
why
just
did
don't
you put
rock
it in
with
your
that.
song?
Because it was called Where It's Set. Like, the concept of that song was a lot of them type of women. See, I just...
No, keep going.
Like,
those type of women.
you know what I'm saying? They put on a pedestal, and me personally, I just think it's crazy. Like, I hate it. You know what I'm saying? I really, really hate that. Like, because why we don't put that type of emphasis on a girl who holding a job and putting in 40 hours. I mean, putting in 40 hours at work and taking 18 hours at school. You know what I'm saying? Like, or the single mom who gotta go to work and then go to daycare, get the kids, and you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody helping her. Like, I just feel like, especially in the black community, like, it's just like I don't get it. And to be honest with you, like, I ain't gonna say I kind of gave up, but it's just like I'm kind of understanding more as I get older. You know what I'm saying? Still trying to do my part, but at the same time, just still understanding, like, man, we so far behind, man. We so, like, I don't get it no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't get it. And I ain't just talking about the females. I'm talking about the males too. I just don't understand why we value some of the stuff that we value. Like, why we value a dude with jewelry and gold teeth so much. Why we don't value, you know, like a doctor? You know what I'm saying? Why he don't get the love that he deserves in the black culture? You know what I'm saying? Just like how everybody y'all really want to talk about boycotting the Oscars. Like, why y'all ain't boycott everything else when all these people's getting shot? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I don't know, man. It is what it is.
I think it's just a matter of, you know, like I said, we seeing you grow. You know what I mean? Right. You're at different places in your life. I mean, older, you're dad now, man. You know, like you said, you establish your own company. Like you said, you've done a whole lot, man. So, I mean, to know that you, man, are in a good place like that, man, is a good thing. Man. Just know that, I mean, wholeheartedly. And against all odds, I mean, I see why, man. You know, I see why. I mean, from this whole conversation, I see why everything was the way it was.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's cool, man. So moving forward, what we got going, man? Moving forward,
man. New music, man. New music. I'm getting ready to shoot a video talking about every song on Against Our Laws.
Okay.
At the same time, man, I kind of been diving into the fashion world a little bit. And,
the sweaters, the purple sweaters, man.
When I'm
I'm not gonna get my purple sweater, bro.
Hey man,
No.
Jimmy been getting them shipments for a minute, man. When I'm gonna get me, man, just get a little appreciation, man.
You know what?
Man.
Because you been rocking with me since it was just fan merchandise. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And I got you though, man.
I got you means you not getting it.
I got you for real. We sold out the
2
movies,
hours
man.
down.
But honestly, man, it was it just was the blessing, man. To really, cause I told myself like a few months ago, man, I want to take that a little more serious and really, you know, dive into it. And it's crazy, man. And now we just got to deal with exclusive taste.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? We about to be in stores come February,
Right.
and we about to have a whole line. Like it's really. It's starting to move. I mean, you know what's crazy, man? I kind of had a vision for all this since, like, I was a kid. Like, I used to want to be like Master P and stuff like that. Jay-Z. Just more so have the business aspect of the game and have my hands on everything. And kind of that's why I be kind of like always dealing and dabbing with other artists. Like, the whole situation with me and Dope Man. And I really feel like he going to be a star. You know what I'm saying? But it just, at the time, it just wasn't right for me to make him my artist and give it stuff. Even with the SauceTwinz, I wanted to sign them. Like, but it was more so like,
you gotta get your foundation.
We don't really stand for the same thing. So how could I, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
How could I like wholeheartedly rock with it? You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? And I love them. And it's nothing I won't say on this radio that I won't say them. Well, of course I won't. We on the air. So I mean, but it's just a lot of stuff that they stand for that I don't. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like I would be giving up everything for money. You know what I'm saying? To not just with them. I ain't just saying with them. I'm saying just to sign an artist that don't make sense for what I got going in my movement. How does this feel true? How is this born to lose, raised to win? Stuff I'm speaking on, you going against it, or whoever, just anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but back to what we were saying, just like with the whole business wise, it's just pretty much trying to put my hands in everything and just trying to grow from there. Because at the end of the day, like of course I am a rapper, but I mean, before I was rapping, I was doing something, and I had visions and dreams and everything. So it's like, I'm chasing probably like 5 dreams in one. You know what I'm saying? And rapping is just one. It may not even be the main one, but you know.
Yeah. Hey man, tell your boy Rock, man, he owed me a t-shirt. I'm gonna tell you what happened. And I'm gonna tell you what happened. Look,
I got you. That ain't rapper talk. Neither rappers be like, I got you. That mean they lying.
I'm gonna tell you what I did, man. I bought me a shirt, right? Born to lose, raised to win. I got it. Then I bought your the Brian Slab shirt, right? He said, man, what color you want? I got you. I said, man, throw me a black one in there. He sent me the same shirt again twice. I said, Rock, man, come on.
That sound like him.
Yeah.
That sound like him, man. That sound like him, man. I'm so glad we growing.
Right.
And we got a staff now, man, because that sound like him. So, man, I used to get so many complaints. Hey, man, I ordered a large, man. I got double X.
Yeah.
Bro, you was supposed to sign my name. You signed Lisa.
Yeah.
That's what he told me to sign. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
It's cool, man. Yeah, we got you. I promise y'all we getting a new shipment into everything right before the concert. So I'm going to try to get everybody size. And I got everybody tickets to the concert too, man.
Appreciate it. All right, man. Cool. Wednesday, right? Go ahead and let everybody know, man.
Concert is this Wednesday at Warehouse Live. If you ain't never been to a Propain show, just understand that you're coming to it's some real music. There's other artists too, GT Garza and Cal Wayne. I don't know if you ever heard of them, but them dudes like legends to me, you know what I'm saying? They on the same path. They pretty much got that music with substance in it. Me and Cal Wayne, we actually working on some stuff right now, man, because where I'm from, where you from, they beefing, you know what I'm saying? They beefing hard. There's a lot of dudes, younger dudes losing their life, man. We trying to put something together. Kind of like, I ain't gonna say stop the violence because it's kind of cliche. Right. But, you know what I'm saying? We trying to dead a lot of that stuff that's going down over there, man, because it's getting kind of wild. So, shout out to Cal Wayne, man. He actually brought that idea to me. And, man, Cal Wayne, if y'all don't know about Cal Wayne, man, Cal Wayne kind of like low-key underground legendary in these hoods, you know what I'm saying? And we just had a long meeting the other day, and it was more so me just telling him, man, you never got what you deserve, bro.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm in a position where I can kind of give you some structure, and that's exactly what we're doing right now. I'm not signing him or nothing like that because I feel like an artist like that, you can't sign him. He's legendary. You know what I'm saying? You can only partner with him, and that's what we kind of doing right now, man. I feel like Cal Wayne, even though he had to go sit down for a little time or whatever, everything happens for a reason. I just feel like, man, it's kind of like he deserves it. You know what I'm saying, man? That dude really be talking about some real stuff in his music, like him, J-Dog, all of them. They got that grit to their music where you don't even gotta be from the slums to understand what they saying. But if you man, if you understand anything about not having nothing, man, them dudes is like Tupac to you. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like a lot more people need to understand and hear Carolina.
No, if you haven't been to a Propain show, are you gonna be doing live instruments and everything, live band behind you?
Of course. It ain't, to me, it ain't no concert if we ain't doing that. Except on my tour. I mean, we on tour right now, and we ain't taking the band with us. I mean, I wish we could, but I actually put that whole tour together myself. It was really an experiment. You know what I'm saying? I like last month, I just was realizing, I was like, man, I'm sitting waiting around for so many things to happen that I think I can make it happen myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, why I haven't never did no tour? And then next thing you know, man, it just started off as me like saying I'm gonna do a tour, and next thing you know, man, I'm calling different venues, and I'm realizing, shit, if I can't get the venue through a promoter, I'm gonna book it myself. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I'm gonna do these first 2 shows, and I'm gonna do just a little small run to see how they go. And I went to Madisonville and sold it out. And I just looked at my brother Trill, my manager, and I was like, dawg, we been tripping, bro. Like, we been tripping for real, man. Like, we way out here, and everybody got these filled with Trill hoodies on, man. It's like, it's packed to capacity. And I'm talking to the promoter, and he's telling me, like, man, we do this every weekend here, and it ain't never been this packed. Wow. So I'm like, bro, we tripping, man. Like, and then just from there, I just went here and booked the rest of the month out. Like, and I told my brother, like, man, I need to tour at least 3 times a year. Like, ain't no reason not to now. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm seeing the guidelines. And it's just more so growing and just becoming that artist. Like, I think when it's said and done, I want my legacy to be, man, that dude reads a lot of stuff on his own. You know what I'm saying? A lot. And I don't think there's no reason why you can't. So many times we so used to seeing, like, artists and we thinking, oh, that's the label and that's what, man. Nah, man, this is what you do. Man, Tech Nine out here making tens and 20s of millions. And I bet nobody here know one Tech Nine song, including me. You know what I'm saying? And he's selling out all these venues. He's doing it on his own. He booking it all himself, and it's like, that just come from me, I think, hanging around Slim, because that dude hustle too. You know what I'm saying? Do a lot of stuff on his own. And it just more so what I'm trying to do, like, as an artist. And that's just another thing when I say, you can pick the fame, or you can pick the fortune. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, if they got the fame, they probably don't got the fortune. And a lot of people who got the fortune don't really got the fame. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is. I think I chose when I had a daughter, no more. I don't care about the fame no more. Like, we just gonna get to it. So everything been going good. And that's why I say the state of mind I was in when I was making Against Our Laws is definitely not where I'm at now. Wow. You know what I'm saying? I think it just come from, like, just really sitting back and seeing, like, everything that's happening and everything that can happen. And like I said, just working with EXO. And that's another thing. EXO is gonna be the next dude gonna come out of Houston. Y'all hearing that from me? That ain't because he my partner. Man, that dude is gonna be like our Kanye. You know what I'm saying? He that talented. Like, and he full of life. This dude gets on my nerves. He'll FaceTime me at 3 in the morning trying to make me hear something. Like, bro, like, wait till tomorrow or something. But he just that full of life right now. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's supposed to be his moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, that dude, he cold. Like, I ain't really came encounter with a dude that's that musical in Houston. Like, I used to always feel like we got dope rappers, but people don't take the time to put the emphasis on the music. You know what I'm saying? How I always wanted to do and how I always did with all my music, Rod Slavish, a lot of live instruments on there. And it just was more so like EXO, he that dude, you know what I'm saying? He that dude as far as, like, he really takes his music stuff seriously. Like, he cold, producer, DJ, rapper, everything. Y'all hearing it from me? Like, I think he gonna blow up.
Probably could go all day about your branding, because even with your branding, it reminds me a lot of Slim. But also, like you said, you're a visionary. It kind of like it looks like a lot of stuff that Master P to do with the T-shirts and the sweaters and all of that, and you really making money off of it. And you really doing your thing, and there's not a lot of artists other than Slim out of Houston that's doing the merchandise and really moving numbers. Like, I went to go order the sweater, it was gone already.
Man, shout out to all the people that's supporting that. I really, really do appreciate it. I never expected it to move like that, but hey, man.
Like Jimmy said, when he get the shirt that he actually paid for.
I said you had the Dangerous Mind shirt too.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm telling y'all, man, look, man, I'm gonna just be real. I mean, pro can contest, man. I made it a point. My first South by Southwest, I had my Dangerous Mind shirt. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's being real, man. I got the Dangerous Minds hoodie, red hoodie, Born to Lose, Razor Wind tees in my office right now, my bookshelf, man.
He's one of your biggest fans. I think the first time we played your music, I was like, who is that? Yeah. And he was like, no, that's my boy. That's my friend. He's the next thing out of Houston. I was like, who?
I mean, because it's like, I mean, one of the most important things that I think just just looking at Ryan slapping against our lives, like I mean, he said this, you know, in the line, man. I put the slab on the cover to picture me rolling, man. You know, that's just what it is. It's like we Houstonians, man. You know, I grew up in the midst of everything he grew up in the midst of as far as music, but we never knew who those guys were going to be, who was going to be your next Key, who was going to be your next Slim. Like we didn't know who those people were going to be. So just to know that I had like a little, you know, just a little place, you know, in all of this, to see all these guys just move and grow, men and women both, whether it be photography, you know, art, rap, or all of us all together.
Progression, man. Progression is a beautiful thing, man. I tell people that all the time. Like, even just on my way coming up here, man, I was just thinking, like, the first time I was in, I think it was like 2010, 2011 or something like that.
That's when we had just taken over the show. We were still in college.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Just crazy. Like, not even just with me, just in this aspect of y'all, you know what I'm saying, and where y'all took it and stuff like that. Like, progression is a dope thing, man. Like, and I mean, I was looking at some stuff with 2 Chainz yesterday, and he was just talking about, you know, how he was signed for 9 years before anybody even knew who he was. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Like, man, I think I'm at the point now where I live in the moment. Like, I'm so, like, caught in the moment to the point where I really don't trip on a lot of stuff, because it's just, we heal, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what tomorrow leads, you know what I'm saying? I may start a Fortune 500 company, who knows? And then I'm gonna be talking about how, I used to be in the studio talking about rap and all this, and then it happened, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know, man. It's just life. Like, you just gotta stay positive, stay ready, stay grinding, man. Like, and know what you want. Like, and that's just what I'm on right now. It really can't too much derail me from that.
I don't even think we can talk to him anymore. We'll be here all night, man. We will be here all night. Man, we appreciate you for coming out. I know Sick on him was like, I'm ready to spin a record. You ready to drop a Propain record? Which one we gonna drop? Like, we've been talking like forever, but I want to go deep into your music. Oh, we actually have like almost an hour, probably. Almost. We've been talking for hours. Almost an hour. We never do this, so this we never. We're listening right now.
It's a record.
We never do this. No, we really have. We've never done this ever. We've had a ton of artists in here. But I vibe off a lot of artists that come through here. But we've never sat down and had actual intellectual conversation and speak on so many things, because a lot of artists will not allow themselves to be transparent, and they'll not allow themselves to open up and really talk about some of the things they're going through and the things that they really care about in the community. Like, even though you were kind of like stubborn on the female stuff, like you still opened up about a lot of things. Because that matters, because black men sometimes we as a black female, you need the intellectual black man's opinion. You need to hear that. A lot of women are missing that father figure, and so they try to find that in their mate. And they don't get that because they're out here searching for something that they should have had a long time ago.
You seem like you should be speaking on
it. No,
you gotta like.
No, but I'm just saying though. But it's the black man who's quick to tear down the black woman and won't say, "Look at these strippers," or "Look at these Instagram 304s." But
how you feel about strippers?
How do I feel about strippers? I feel 2 ways about strippers. Here's my thing. It's a double standard, because guys will talk about strippers. They'll talk about women like Amber Rose, and they'll talk about women who dress sexy or whatever, and they'll automatically assume that she's a slut, she's easy or whatnot. But then they'll turn around and they'll wife them, or they'll have some type of situation with them. It's like, if you think this way about women, why are you speaking out about them, but then you're being a hypocrite? That's why I think that sometimes men do that. If you love a woman regardless of however she is or whatever she's doing to get her grind, and that's her hustle, because really stripping is the trap. That's the female's version of selling drugs. It really is. It's the fastest way to get money, because you stupid enough to pay for me to shake it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get this money. I knew a ton of girls who paid their way through school. I'm sitting here with student loans, like. Are you kidding me? Like, I make a pretty good penny. I have my master's degree, but I got homegirls who stripped through college, and they don't got not one penny of student loans. And here I'm sitting like, I'm writing a check to Sally Mae. I'm writing a fat check to Sally Mae every month. And I'm looking like, maybe I should have, But at the same time,
I don't get it. Why? Because of money?
No, you didn't have no rhythm.
Is it money?
Wait a second. First of all, I danced to the band in college.
You just said you got a degree.
No, I have a master's degree, but to most men, that means nothing.
All right, so
most men in this, especially rappers, that don't mean
nothing. For most men, or you
mean
it for most men that respects what you got?
That's the number one reason I'm single. Like, I'm focused on my grind. I surround myself with other women like Eden, who are hustlers, who are educated, who are thinkers.
And who hungry.
Hey now, we're not gonna talk about my appetite, but we can too.
He tries to turn everything into a joke, but I mean at the same time I'm still friends with strippers or whatever, and a lot of
why we talking about like strippers like they ain't regular people?
They are regular people, but they are glorified, and at the same time,
you know what?
And then there will come a guy who say, "Man, stripper this, stripper that. These girls getting naked on the Instagram for 100 likes." But
I'm the guy that said that. What you trying to say?
It's an example. You're an example. You're the person sitting in the seat.
Well, I do feel that way. I don't like it.
You don't like it, right?
Right.
You don't like it. But you wouldn't put down a woman who was a stripper. You wouldn't put down a woman.
What do you mean put down?
You wouldn't judge. You wouldn't judge.
But I'm not a judge. That's just everybody. I mean, I've dated strippers.
Exactly. But you would. But okay, never mind.
See, that's what she wanted you to say.
No, that's not what I wanted him to say. That's not what I wanted him to say because no, dudes will do that. Real rappers are not talk about women in that negative
it's not strippers,
connotation.
we saying strippers. I think it's a certain type of woman we talking about.
Okay, then so.
Man, it's social media. Social media just messes all up because at one
really
point in time, all the smart people that had sense, we used to kick it with each other, and all the evil folks and all that. But now we all in one world. We all on Instagram. Everybody, if you get 100 likes or 1,000 likes or 2,000 likes, you in this class of people. And if you would get this, you with this class of people.
You know, there are
and that's where we is now.
No, the reason why I say that is because you had Bravo in here, somebody else. It's like the fourth.
It was Bravo.
Fifth. Like it's like you want
Bravo.
everybody to admit, like why you just turn?
Because I'll be the first ones to try to judge a female.
No, you just said
I don't judge a female.
No, you just said it and told us, man, we had a great intellectual conversation. For nearly an hour. And she gonna do. Come on, man.
No, she basically just saying that like he's transparent.
If that make it. I mean, I think it was just something I
maybe why.
Did. You know what I'm saying?
That's what she's trying to figure out.
No, not at all. I'm saying is that I feel like as far as where we are right now in society, I feel like men need to get off their high horse, stop judging females and start telling them what they want to be, what they need to be. Just like
we can be all day. Well, women need to stop getting flown out and I don't supposed to work. A girl won't even work a retail job no more now because they didn't got introduced to the game of somebody else spend some money on you. All you got to do is act like you like it. That's what it is now. That's why it's no fine girl that has a job now. You would never see a fine girl working.
That is not lying.
So
he's trying to hide me.
It's not happening. No. Not a career. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the 20-year-old that used to work at Sonic when we was growing up, or 19, 17-year-old. It ain't happening no more because they not doing that. It's not happening.
Call me out. That's like the common, common statement.
If a girl is thick, she is not getting a job no more. No, it's not happening. I'm not talking about like a career. That's different. I'm talking about like your regular. Oh, let me get this job and have some side money type stuff. It ain't happening no more. Right? That's done. That already done.
So, with that being stated, do you think that in your music now, when you speak to young ladies, you think that you're talking to the 20-year-old female and kind of like trying to?
I think with like the 2 rounds and stuff like that, like those girls that we talking about right now, they probably would like that, or the more sexual music like that. But the more conscious music, I'm talking to the girls that I rock with. Like that's the girls that got some sense, and you know what I'm saying. They ain't out here like that. It's just a certain class of women that I'm talking to. But at the same time, this is where I'm at with it right now. Like I was just telling y'all earlier about the black community. I feel like we so far behind, man. It's like that ain't even why I think we should start with like pinpointing the problem. We got to go take it further back to the household. You know what I'm saying? And where this is coming out of. And if people that's having kids at 15 to 16, that's what they seeing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just our generation just different, man. That's what I had to just understand. Like it's just different. You know what I'm saying? My mama would have never rocked with that, but now the mothers now is on Instagram now. The ones that's posing and they have naked and stuff like that. So that's what these kids is coming up under, and that's what they've been around, and that's what's considered kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? We just being real in the social media world. That's what's cool now.
That's all we have. Thank you for that.
I hate it just like you. Don't get twisted.
no, but
the lineup is here though.
I mean, that's why we have conversations like that. I mean, this is a college campus. We're all intellectuals in here, and I like to hear from someone who's been in the streets and who actually sees the other side of it. I didn't grow up in the streets. I grew up in the suburbs, so I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, like, that's just real talk. But being exposed to it until I moved to Houston, or even hanging out with rappers and seeing how the other side lives. I don't judge or turn my nose up at it. But at the same time, when a female's in her books and she's talking about I'm going to school and paying something, like people like, books, like, yeah, want to go to school. Like, seems like the thing to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
But school isn't for everybody at the same time. So, I don't know. It's a different class of women. Then you got the J. Cole's talking about don't save if she don't want to be saved. I want the Nia Longs. Well, I want the Tupacs. I want the intellectual rappers. I don't want the dude walking around with
Why
five
you want
chains on.
Tupac though? What about Tupac did you want Tupac?
I'm saying the
Because
intellectual, like the people who
See,
weren't
that's what we
afraid to
talking about
stick,
right here.
people who were not afraid to. No, Tupac had two sides. I'm talking about
Okay,
the
now
dear
you know
mama side. The, you know,
Brother got a baby.
Brother
Yeah.
got a
Still the same,
baby.
he was still
Why
the
you
same.
want
like the
Tupac though? That's what I'm
sexy
saying.
thug.
I'm saying because
Because
a
he's
lot of
rapper.
no, because he's intellectual.
It's a lot of people that's intellectual.
You Al Sharpton
You know
intellectual.
what?
Al Sharpton intellectual.
See what I'm saying? That's what we dealing
Stop.
with in society.
See,
No,
let's
I'm
see.
not. I'm giving you an example.
You give me an example. Yeah,
But
you just
I-
named one of the
I'm
greatest
dating-
rappers of all time. Talking about y'all want a
Okay,
Tupac.
I'm
Of course you do.
giving you an example of what he said he wants to Nia Longs. The equivalent to that would be a Tupac. But now I've dated attorneys, I've dated lawyers, I've dated doctors, I've dated people
But
regular
you're
Joe
single.
Smo.
But you're single. Is something wrong with you?
Y'all need the next
Whoa.
episode right here.
Whoa,
Somebody
really?
She
Jimmy,
dark skinned,
you
Jimmy.
single too.
Because I want to be.
Because I want to be.
Oh,
Thank
like-
you. I hate you, bro. Like, this is my brother. Like, we've grown up together doing this. Yeah, so.
Y'all need to go to
Man.
christianmingle.com.
No.
They got
No.
a profile.
Jimmy would be kicked off of there for the things he does.
Or eHarmony or
I'm
something.
trying to baptize somebody.
Oh my gosh. And you see he's a bigot, right? Did you see what he said about dark skinned women?
What do you say about dark skin women? You don't like dark skin women?
No, he does not. Never.
For real?
Never. He,
I never
he,
said
he
that,
said he would
man.
never have a baby
Probably-
with a dark skinned woman.
Probably
You
never,
see
you
this
never
child?
heard me say that. Bro.
Yes, he did. How many times has everybody in the station heard Jimmy talk about dark skinned
Never.
women? Did you
Never.
just call me dark spot or something?
Well, I mean, you know, them light skinned people be like that though. You know, they
They
like
do.
to their own.
They do.
I
They
respect it.
do.
You see, you respect
He didn't miss it. Boss, you know what? I told him he needed him a Stacey Dash.
Yeah, they. Oh no,
No, there you go.
she not black. She don't want to be black.
It's terrible.
You missing out on brown skinned women though.
Oh, man.
Jimmy will never.
lying to you, boy.
She would have to. He used to look.
No, bro.
Me and Jimmy went to college together. Jimmy would sneak around with a dark skinned girl, but he would never, ever be seen with her in public.
For real?
Yes, remember?
I
Remember?
was like that. Like you really like.
No, pro.
Yes,
not pro,
yes, he
pro,
was.
pro.
Yes, he was.
Like you, bro. I'm in a different stage in my life now.
You just ain't. You don't want to deal with it no more.
Nah, I mean,
Long as you don't give up on the black women. And
No.
altogether, you good.
Look,
We've known each other forever.
Look, Mesha just upset because every time I seen her, I had a dark joke about her.
Right.
So
They
she
white
just-
women.
No.
Oh.
No, absolutely
Not in public.
never. Like,
You dating Latinos?
I would, yeah.
Yes, you did. Jimmy,
Yeah.
man.
You should.
We and Jimmy have a story off
Man, look, man.
off the mic about his Latino experience in college. Playmates. 713-313-4354 is the number to dial. Man, we actually gonna get ready to get to a Propain.
Man.
So DJ
Posted
Sick got
people like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Man, thank you so much for coming through.
Much love.
You are much welcome here to come anytime. Make sure y'all check out his show. You have a live band
Yes, I do have a lot.
on the 27th.
27 Warehouse Live,
Doors open up at
7 o'clock.
Please do not get there late because y'all be standing
Pro will
way
hit
in
the
the back.
stage at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, man, I'm in the stage like 10:30, so make sure y'all in the building.
Oh, you got
Real
GT
quick.
guards that are gonna be performing, right?
GT Guards gonna be
Cal
performing.
Wayne.
If y'all never heard GT Guards, he dope. Cal Wayne gonna be performing. He dope. Like, we're only gonna have dope people in the stage, so make sure y'all come out support the city, man. We trying to sell this out. We is gonna sell it out, so we need everybody to go. Everybody.
All right, let's get it. DJ Sick on Mr. Choice, KTSU 90.9 FM.